Rose Cup for the first time ever. And therefore, Citius, Fortius suggests itself. In the English version that I read, the fourth volume was just short of 700 pages. So Vikram probably set a yardstick. Hey, look, how did I slip up on 700 pages? I must cross 700 pages. So volume 2 was just a little over 700 pages. These are 100 pages short, which leads me to wonder whether they've been censored in some form. Probably not. It's probably just the paper and the font. Vikram's Wikipedia page has been vandalized quite a lot. So I don't know whether this is the result of vandalism or not. But the Wikipedia page says that Vikram specialized or wanted to specialize in topology. Topology is very difficult for us, normal humans, to understand. So you'll understand something like a Mobius band, but the moment it becomes a Kleins bottle, it's very difficult to understand. And here, although it's a book, although a book is 3D, when we are looking at it, it's actually 2D. And here you are talking about an individual who's much more than 3D. He's multidimensional, as we could put it. There's one thing that's there in the book, Vikram didn't mention it, but I find it truly remarkable. In our sacred texts, there is a reference to something called priopedetia, which means that when you have fulfilled your role, you decide to exit consciousness. And it's not suicide. I cannot think of anyone else in contemporary India who has done this. So that just illustrates, in a way, how multidimensional Savarkar was. The 2 volumes have a very neat division in terms of his release and what happened subsequently. Anyone who writes a biography, I think almost definitionally, tends to be sympathetic toward the subject. Exhibiting that sympathy does not mean this is a hagiography, isn't it? And obviously, he exhibits sympathy towards the subject, it's but inevitable. And the amount of research that has gone into these 2 volumes, Vikram himself mentioned it, is stupendous. Including what at that time was fresh material. Including at that time, as Vikram again said, from the Marathi. I enjoyed reading the first 2, the English versions. Assuming these have not been censored, I recommend you do read the Hindi versions also. Let me congratulate Vikram and Suman for having decided to launch them here, and let me also, on behalf of these 2 friends, thank the Honorable Chief Minister for having agreed to launch them here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Debaroy. Now I would like to kindly request our Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Dr. Pramod Sawant, to address the audience. Sir.
For the closing session of the Kumaon Literary Festival, the release of book on Savarkar by Gautam Sampath. Along with me, Dr. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, Batra, Vikram Sampath, all the dignitaries among the audience, my media friends. The friends, in my opinion, the history should be an independent representation of the occurrence that have happened in the past. The one can have his own interpretations based on the experience to be the fact-driven and not the opinion-driven. Unfortunately, in our country, the history that has been forced upon us has been the propaganda of the West and what they thought about us. They thought that, and we are the land of snake charmers, they thought that we were the country of the poor. But my question is, did they invade us because we are the poor? The answer is definitely no. The first person to challenge this vicious propaganda was Sri Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Though his book is 1857, the Swatantra Samar, he challenged the British Empire and brought from the bare delivery of the glorious patriotism and who fought bravely against the British Empire. This book has ignited the flame of the patriotism among the many youth, and the British regime banned this book. Fortunately, the only one copy of this book was saved with the Goan person, and this has helped in getting it reprinted. The Swatantra Veer Savarkar was unsung hero and who fought the British regime, faced the most brutal punishment, and after the India's independence, the section of the people only the spread lies, the falsehood, and hurted against him. The patriot and who wrote, Ne majasi parada matra bhumila sagara prana talamalala. The patriot who expressed the satisfaction that his family has sacrificed itself so that other countrymen can breathe independently India through this word. संतान ह्या मातृभूमी सी 30 कोटी जे मातृभूमी रक्त संजना धन्य होती ते आपुले कुलही त्यामध्ये ईश्वरांसी निर्वंश होऊनी ठरले अखंड वंश. We as the Indians have largely failed to acknowledge the life and the work of the glorious patriots. I am happy that Sri Vikram Sampath has brought to light some of the well-researched content on the Veer Savarkar in the form of this book, and which will become an important document to inspire the future generation of our country. The Goa has always been an integral part of the India, in spite of being under the Portuguese regime over the 4 decades. The Veer Savarkar has written a book named, as you said, the Gomantak, based on the plight of the Goans under the Portuguese operations and the need for the Goa's liberation. I take this opportunity to announce that the government of Goa will make it a point that reprint the Veer Savarkar's book, namely the 1857's Je Swatantra Samar and Gomantak, on the immediate basis. We will circulate these books and along with the written by Sri Vikram Sampath's book in all the libraries of the Goa. Veer Savarkar also highlighted the importance of being Swayambhurna in every sense. He stated that by coming the parallel Indian words to replace the English words, the examples, it is an audio tape, Dhwani feed, mayor, etc. So I thank for the organizers for calling me for this special function. I'll take this opportunity that I'm very much lucky person that I got the opportunity to visit the house of the Veer Savarkar in Ratnagiri, and also the Patit Pavan Mandir, which have started then by the Savarkar in the Ratnagiri. I'm very much lucky. Also the portrait of the Veer Savarkar, which we have already in our secretariat, we have portrayed there. So I'll take this opportunity for once again, thanks all the organizers for calling me for the release of these books. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Sumant sir to give word of thanks.
Thank you, Sakshi.
Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant,